Are you thinking about buying or selling a home in the Tampa Bay or Sarasota area? Well, in this video, I'm going to go over the February numbers that were just released, so stick around. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Josh Bryan, and I'm your Tampa Bay area real estate expert. So if you're thinking about making a move, reach out. I'd love to help you. My contact information is in the description below, or you can scan this QR code right here, and that will take you to my Calendly link where you can schedule a one-on-one Zoom call to discuss your real estate goals. All right, so as I mentioned a minute ago, the February 2025 numbers are out. So let me share my screen, and then we will just kind of go ahead and dive right into those. I'm only going to go over single-family homes, and we'll start up north in Pasco County. And as you see here, these are all year-over-year numbers. So I track all of these in a separate tracker where I can look at a month to month. That way I can kind of see trends, know what's going on, right now per se, even though these are still lagging numbers. And I email that out to my entire database once a month. So if you would like to get that, and let me just show you real quick, kind of a sample. So like for here, for example, this is tracking, you can see Manatee County in single family homes. I track condos and townhomes as well, which I'm not going to do in this video because that'd be very long and majority of you want single family homes. But if you want this information emailed to you once a month, just send me an email, subject line, market data, market stats, or in the description below, you can click the contact button to sign up for that. But let's dive back into today's year-over-year information. So Pasco County will start up north. Once again, single-family homes. February 2025 had 725 closed sales, which was down 13% year-over-year. But just to reference, if we go back and look at Pasco County closed sales, month over month, we're actually up. So that's why I like to track those monthly numbers, because this isn't always relevant to what's going on today. 187 of those were in cash. That's down 13% as well year over year. Median sales price of $369,990 is down almost 6% year over year. The average sales price of $421,303 is down 1.4% year over year. 95.6% of list price was achieved. That was down 0.9% year over year. It's taken 55 days to go under contract. That's up almost 49% year over year. 96 days to close the sale or close the home, down almost 6% year over year. New pending sales of 902, up 3.1% year over year. So more pending sales. New listings, 1,080. That was down almost 5%. So you have pending sales increasing, new listings coming down. That's pretty good. Pending inventory, total pending inventory, 1,203 in the month of February. That's down 9.2%. Total active listings of 2,961. That's up almost 29% year over year. But month supply, still 3.6 months, which is still technically a seller's market. And that's up 33% year over year. And as you see here, this shows a little bit of the month over month, but it only does it for 3 categories. So you can see closed sales are up month over month. Median sales price dipped just a little bit month over month. And then the inventory, actually, if you look at it, it's real close. It actually fell month over month. And then here is your distress market in Pasco County for single-family homes. Of the 714 closed sales were traditional, 10 were foreclosure or bank-owned properties. That's up 150% year over year. So you may see those, clickbaity headlines that foreclosures are up 150%, that kind of thing. But it was only 10, at least for what sold in the MLS. And then short sale, there was 1 where there was 0 last year. All right, so let's head south to Hillsborough County, where Tampa is. 1,050 closed sales in the month of February. That's down almost 10% year over year. 259 of those were in cash. That was down 3% year over year. Median sales price of $419,950, down 1.1% year over year. Average sales price of $551,000, 0.24, down, or actually up 4.2%. Percent to list price, 96.6%, up 0.2%. 38 days to go under contract, that's down 9.5%, so actually going under contract faster than it was last year. And 78 days to close a sale, which was faster than last year as well, down 10%. New pending sales of 1,351, just down slightly from last year. New listings, 1,643 new listings hit the market in February. That's down 4.2% year over year. Pending inventory, 1,757. That's down also 4.7% year over year. Total active listings in February, 4,383, up almost 31% year over year, but still 3.5 months of inventory, which is still, once again, a seller's market technically. And that's up almost 35% year over year. So you can see month over month, slight increase in closed sales, slight increase in median sales price, and slight increase in inventory, which that tells me inventory goes up, but prices are still going up. Everything's out of whack. We're just not normal anymore. It's weird. All right, so 5 total sales in the month of February that were foreclosures or bank-owned properties. That's actually down 44% year over year. And there were 2 short sales, up from 0 last year. All right, let's head west to Pinellas County, where St. Petersburg, Clearwater, all the beaches. 806 closed sales in the month of February, up 10.4%. People complain about insurance and water and flood zones, but people are always going to be moving near the water. So 338 of those were paid in cash. That's up 27% year over year. Median sales price of $445,000 is down 1.5%. The average sales price, though, is up 0.3%, $604,200. And 94.1% of list price was achieved. That's down 1.6% year over year. It's taken 42 days to go under contract, which was up almost 17% year over year. 78 days to close the sale, up almost 7%. New pending sales of 946, that's down almost 3% year over year. 1,366 new listings hit the market in February. That's up a little over 11%. Pending inventory of 1,110, down almost 6% year over year, and total active listings up 45% at 3,538. 4.2 months, we're now getting into that neutral market in Pinellas County, and that's up 40% from last year. But you see here, closed sales month over month is up. Sales price also month over month up slightly. And once again, inventory was up month over month. And then here is your distressed market. 3 foreclosures or bank-owned sales. That was same as last year. And short sales, 0, also the same as last year. All right, let's head down to Manatee County, where you have places like Parrish, Bradenton, Palmetto, majority of Lakewood Ranch. 500 closed sales in the month of February. That is down almost 9% year over year. 166 of those were in cash, down 13% year over year. Median sales price down almost 5%, $475,995. And the average sales price of $656,758, down 9% year over year. 95.6% of list price was achieved. That's actually up a little bit from last year. It's taken 46 days to go under contract. That's down 19% every year, so going under contract faster than last year. And 95 days to close the sale, also down almost 7% from last year. New pending home sales in February, 643. That's down 5.6 year over year. New listings, so also lower on the new listings year over year, 970. Pending inventory in February, 911 homes went under contract in February. That's down almost 9% year over year. And total active listings of 3,097, up 17%. And Manatee County, 4.9 months of inventory in that neutral balanced market, up 17% year over year. And if you look month over month, you have to go close, but technically closed sales are up a little bit month over month, while the median sales price fell just a little bit month over month, and of course inventory went up. So here's your distress market in Manatee County: 3 foreclosures or bank-owned properties. That's up 50%, but it's up from 2 to 3, so not a big change there. And then your short sales went from 0 up to 3 in February. All right, let's head south to Sarasota County. Obviously, Sarasota's here. Other cities like Venice, parts of Lakewood Ranch now are in here. 589 closed sales in the month of February. That's actually up 2% year over year. 258 of those, so not quite half, but almost, were cash sales, down 8.2% year over year. The median sales price of $499,990, down 1.5% year over year, and the average sales price of $714,923, about flat, down 0.1% year over year. 94.5% of list price was achieved. That was down almost 1% year over year. Taking 46 days to go under contract, that's up from 40 days of last year. 86 days to close the sale, up from 81 last year. 768 new pending sales in February. That's up 2% year over year. 1,283 new homes hit the market in February. That's up almost 14% year over year. 1,017 homes was your total pending inventory. That's up 0.7% year over year. Your total active listings, 4,292, up almost 29%. And as you see here, 6.8 months of inventory in Sarasota County. That is definitely a buyer's market. And as you see, we go back to from 6.8 in Sarasota to, what was it, 3.4, 3.5 in Hillsborough County. So you can definitely see there's 2 different markets depending on where you're looking. So always make sure to look granular in real estate because it's very local. You can see the big difference there. So month over month, closed sales are up. Median sales price down month over month, and inventory up month over month. And then your distressed market, once again, 3. That's up 50%, and then you have the 1 short sale. So there you have it. Those are the numbers for the February 2025. Obviously, they are lagging indicators. You can look at the new pendings to kind of project what's going to be closing in March. So we'll kind of get that trend. Also, with what I like to do when I track month over month and email that out to people is I'm able to watch that inventory level. You could go back to 2022 when we had 2 weeks of inventory and just see it kind of come up. That way you can kind of look at trends. You can see things. A lot of people that don't pay attention are like, oh, things just change overnight. Well, they don't change overnight. They gradually change, and you can kind of see those trends and kind of predict what's going to happen. Obviously, we never know really the future what's going to happen, but you kind of just get those indicators there. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment below. And if you're thinking about making a move, or reach out. I'd love to help you. My contact information is in the description below. But I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And until next video, take care.